Hey everyone, I'm really hoping the light in this camera is alright because I've never made a video outside sitting in my chair with the big stand. Where's my little one? Oh man. Oh, I'm using my phone to record me. Dang it. I really have to figure that out, something. But I'm not, like, it's on the long one, yeah, and it's at the middle part. So from what I can tell, it looks like it's okay, but I'm really hoping there's not a glare because I did run back inside and try to find the big, like, screen thing that goes behind the camera. Dang it, I've done it again. I can't open cans with my nails the way they are, you know, like I need something. Oh, look at that. It's like every time I think about having to relearn how to do everything with nails that look like this, it just makes me think of the whole retraining our brain. That's kind of like, I used to talk about that a lot back in when this whole thing started, retraining the brain. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, right? It's just a lot harder than you'd like to think, but you know, I do feel like it is easier to sink into the deep dark nothingness if that's where you've been your whole life, if you're anything like me. Being happy takes work. It does, and you've got to go within. And I'm not the only one that needs to go within. I personally think every single person on the planet needs to go within, because look at the world we live in. Like, we're all contributing to something, yeah? And I'm having a weird day. I will say that. In a weird day in the sense of, I feel like I'm highly aware of the fact that I am exhausted in a level that, I'll put it this way, if I wasn't taking medication, like stimulant medication, because remember, before I was even diagnosed with ADHD, I was diagnosed with hypersomnia after having sleep studies in the hospital. And they were the specialists who put me on dexamphetamine. Dexamphetamine to me was too close to what ice was like, in the sense that, it's so interesting, there's a car literally pulled up outside my house and a number plate. I am a very big believer in, like I've said, many multiple things, yeah. I truthfully don't care that I cannot prove it to anyone else, because it's irrelevant in that sense, because in my mind, you're only hurting yourself if you're not willing to open up your mind to the fact that there is so much more at play. My neighbours are having a party. That much must be apparent, because I've now seen 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially maybe 5 cars pull up, and they all obviously know each other because they're all hugging each other out on the street in front of the house. Yep. Good for them. Oh, it's because I keep forgetting. The reason I actually picked the thing up out and decided to do it out here was because I had started so many things today that I just started, and not just today, I started something last night as well, and they're all very much stopped in the middle of what they're doing, what I'm doing, and everywhere in my house, like So I very much have a mice trap problem, yes? I live in the 3D world with all of the rest of us, like all of you, and as I've said, I can't physically fucking like put mice traps out. I mean, if I found dead rats in my backyard before, like when they're dead, they don't faze me, yeah? Because I think the difference between people and like with me, it's like with the bong. I realized this last night, yeah? So I knew for a long time subconsciously, not really even subconsciously, because I had the conscious thought and then I immediately had the ego respond with absolutely no fucking way, that's never happening in this world. Which is funny when I think about it, because that is exactly what I used to say about quitting ice. So, you know. Please work. One thing about being prescribed when you do, which is even better. Not that it fazed me when I wasn't, because I am who I am, regardless. Like, people have always worried on my behalf. I've just realised people worry about things going wrong for me because of who and how I am. I'm highly aware that I can flip out, yeah? That I can react wrong, right? I'm aware of this. I have a stack full of memories throughout my life where I've done this, or nearly done this. And at no point have I ever enjoyed it. It's like these videos in a sense, right? So, same, but totally different when you think about it. Oh. The point to the big prescribed weed is I am sitting in my front yard, smoking a joint. And, yeah. Good thing for me, I'm not one of those people who understand why people are afraid of police officers. Like, police officers are just people, like you and me, just doing a job. No different to the next person. There can be corrupt police officers, sure, but there can be corrupt anybody, anywhere, any kind of fucking situation you can think of. So it's like racists. You can't fucking be a racist to an entire population because you meet one or two dickheads. You know what I mean? I truly think Indians get a bad rap, yeah? Like, over here in Australia, a lot of people I know have been absolute cunts about shit they know nothing about. And again, this is where I struggle, because it's like I don't want people to walk on eggshells around me. You can have your opinion until the cows come home, because I have 101 fucking opinions and more, and I plan to continue telling them as I learn how to do that correctly, yeah, because of one thing I'm very aware of is telling a story incorrectly, or telling a story that means something really good and amazing, but if I say it in the wrong mood or the wrong tone, or it comes across wrong or whatever, it's going to completely confuse everyone, including me, right? Because you've got to remember, like, I am having conversations in my head constantly, yeah? Sometimes I reach a level where I truly, honestly believe on every single level of me, whether or not you believe me or not, again, irrelevant. I think we should just clarify that at no point in any world am I going to second guess myself in the sense of what it is I know I'm living and breathing and what it is I'm going through, because I have gone back to the beginning of my life and gone through every single thing that I can either remember It's not a lot, but is enough. And then everything I've been told on top, everything to fit in the blanks, right? Now, keeping in mind, I very much believe not only will I be an author on my own public websites, but in my own right with books. I very much concede that I will be getting a ghostwriter. Yeah, I love to write, but it's hard in the sense of I can't type fuck all anymore. I'm still not at a point where I'm speaking to that must be the girlfriend having the party, because the boyfriend just waved at me and he's on his way to work, poor bastard. But again, it's Australia Day in Australia here today on the 26th of January 2024. I personally do not celebrate this day, even aside from the fact that I'm a New Zealander in Northern Australia. I happen to be on the side of, this is fucking the day you guys came over and fucked everybody else's lives up. So yeah, no. And I was thinking about it in the shower today, actually. I was like, I really need to call and figure out what the hell's going on with my birth certificate, yeah, because that's the only piece of paper I'm waiting on to be able to apply for the NDIS. And like I've said, I've already applied. I applied in 2021, right? And on top of the actual application itself that you need to fill out, I had 105 pages of evidence backing up why I very much need to be on it. Shit like that is what pisses me the fuck off with my mum. It's like, you can believe whatever you want, but I'd really appreciate it if you'd stop fucking saying it to me, because again, it just keeps coming back to the fact of, you must think I'm a liar. And I'm guessing it's girls' night, all the boys are leaving, go figure. That's nice. Anyway, I should probably not be sitting in the sun for too long, considering I actually used my solarium this morning with all the like tanning products and all the stuff. Like, I meant to use it the other day, but then things snowballed and I don't know what the hell happened and it didn't happen. But I've decided if I'm going to be this fucking tiny, I'm at least going to be tanned. And that doesn't actually make that okay. I'm going to clarify, as my therapist would say, seek professional help if you are worried about your health and safety and weight. I want to be at least 50 kilos. That would be, I'd be good with that, yeah? When they put me in the hospital for 2.5 months, I remember bargaining with my psychiatrist, and he's like, you realize this isn't a bargaining thing, yeah? You are in a hospital and you are severely unwell. Your BMI is so dangerously low that I could have a heart attack at any moment. I think I kind of forgot that. Maybe I should tell my doctor. Maybe someone should write it in the comments and remind me. Because when I was in hospital, I weighed what I weigh now. And again, at no point have I intentionally tried to do this. I look like skin and bones, and it's not pretty. I like, just consider what I fucking mean, man, yeah? Anyway. I have realised how ridiculous it was that I didn't actually go nuts on junk food, because now would be the right time to do that. I'm not managing these, I'm not managing these 2 microwave or instant meals a day, but that's actually not true. It's just that because I keep getting up at lunchtime, and again today, absolutely 100% exhausted on every level, yeah? And I physically just couldn't get up. right? And then I got up to make coffee and I took my meds and I did what I've been doing every day this week, which is ridiculous, and that is had some of the vape, which is not with me, thankfully. It's like, clearly I want something, yeah, but the vape now just feels overly sweet and sickening, right? And the nicotine is clearly so much stronger, yeah? And I have like the lightest cigarettes ever, yeah? And I keep bringing them out thinking I'm gonna have one. But then I think, do I really want one, or is it just what's the part of my brain in my head that thinks I want one, wants one? And every time I think that, I go through with it, I light one, I have like 2 puffs, and I'm like, well, there you go. I must admit I don't throw them out, I chop whatever it off, and then I check the rest of the tobacco and just use it if I need to. I am 100% aware of the fact that I need to clean the bongs properly. I've never actually ever done it the way Juice has suggested, but I'm interested to try, which is methylated spirits and like salt rocks or whatever it is, and then wrap them in bubble wrap and put them in a fucking box in the cupboard. Speaking of cupboards, I have realised that it's not helping me on any level how unorganised my house truly is, yeah? But it's also going to take a really decent amount of time to truly go through everything. I've lived here for over 6 years, right? Like, my house alone has crap that just needs to go, right? Now, I have been someone who absolutely sucks at doing this shit, yeah? I will say helping my client pack was so eye-opening and refreshing and helpful. I'm really trying to like embody that because I want to be like that, yeah? And because I'm happy with where my clothes are, like I've said, they've been there for 6 years, while I'm slowly working my way through my arts and crafts, which is important to me, I'm going to put all the rest of the crap that's in bags inside the tool boy, at least to get it out of the way, so I can get everything else in my head settled, because I have realised another thing about when it comes to my medication, yeah, I find it extremely overwhelming because it's all kind of like just chucked in a bag, and there's bags, and it's just, there's no room, and it's just always been this like, oh my god, it's pill day again, yeah? And of course, tomorrow's my last day, so I've got one left, and tonight, and I've got to fill. I've decided that it makes more sense to fill it tonight and separately pack the other ones, like for the morning or whatever you want to say, so I've got the full week until I get there. But inside the room with my solarium, right, is like, so Andrew came over and helped me because he's amazing. Firstly, I want to say it was a couple of weeks ago, I think now, but he actually put the cupboard door back on my kitchen, and it has fucking made the world of difference. Like, not seeing into my cupboard is like, hallelujah, you know what I mean? Anyway, I really needed the buff I taken out of the solarium room and put us in the kitchen, yeah? And then the TV cabinet got put on top. I will take photos, yeah? Anyway, and So he helped me with all that, and another thing that needed to be done was to move the spare queen bed out of the laundry and into the solarium room so that I could like wrap the mattress in blankets and like put stuff up against it, yeah? Anyway, that's when it hit me, right, that the solarium room, like all the rooms in my house have built-in cupboards, yeah? Like I am truly the luckiest person in the world when it comes to housing. And I was thinking about that the other day when I was like, oh, all I got to do was like win a home and $1 million to prove to you all that I actually do know what the fuck I'm talking about, yeah? And I was thinking about that, and I realized, well, that's utterly ridiculous anyway, because I did win the lotto when it comes to my house, in the sense of I have paid $100 a week rent, as in $400 on the first of every month since the 1st of November 2017, right? And I told a new uni friend that, you know, she lives in Singapore, so it was like really cool because I'm just like this very excitable person, you know, and I'd never ever contemplated the idea of being able to do different degrees overseas until I started talking to this person. And I have no idea why I mentioned that. Interesting. I'm concerned I might burn, which is not going to be cool because I really did tan today. And I plan to tan for a bit. My shoulder being out the fucking whack does make it annoying because I always thought it was a bed thing when it's quite obvious, as with all things, it's a leg thing, yeah? Where am I up to? So I was in the process of so all my notes are taken for me for my units at university, right? Like, has been for ages. My lovely neighbour's dad is walking by, so he's got the dog. He's a nice man. I think he might be wondering what the fuck I'm doing, because this is clearly not a video call. This is very clearly I'm recording myself, I think, because you should see all the shit that is set up. I'll take a photo. Anyway, so I was going through the notes, yeah, because I get my notes from my note taker. And I love my note taker. Honestly, I do. We've all already agreed that there is no such thing as boundaries in my life. Hence, I'd never really be good at any kind of position where I need them, right? I had quit doing support work for that exact reason, yeah? The only way I know how to help people is by being me. And this whole turning myself off to go to work thing doesn't work. I don't know. I'm not built like the rest of yous, yeah? I'm built like a lot of yous, and it's you lot, that you, all of you. This is the one thing that I actually really want to make a difference. I am talking to you. I hope you know that you are important. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you're surrounded by people or completely alone. You're important, just like I'm important. And when you truly sit with it, you can feel the connection, you know? I have complete and utter faith that what I am doing with these videos lights, okay? But yeah, fuck man, like, obviously I believe this is what I need to do. Be really fucking weird if any part of me was like, what the fuck are you doing, love? On saying that, there are videos I make, and like the one where I wrote the description saying if you like how real I am, you'll enjoy this one, because it was pretty raw, yeah? And it was way too blurry. Much better. I've just become aware that I've been talking for like 26 minutes and 22 seconds, and you can fully well see my letterbox, my bins in the backyard, but it's all good. So like the streaks on it. It does have an awful lot of information on it though. Ugh, lucky for me I don't watch this crap before I fucking upload it, right? And again, it's one of those things. I know that I'm aware of what I'm doing, but I also know that one day you're all going to know who I am anyway, so what's the difference? I feel completely and utterly safe in every regard, provided I can rise above any sort of... No, I feel safe. Lately, if I'm completely honest, I've been feeling irritated and jealous. And those are not feelings that I like to experience. And I was reading about this, and I'm gonna say the name wrong, I already know it, Marcus Aurelius, I think, the Roman Emperor, fucking guy in charge, right? I was reading about him in Stoicism? I do not say word right. Hopefully we know what I'm talking about. Does make me an interesting fucking public speaker in the sense that I really don't know words. Words confuse the fuck out of me, people. I can tell you that much. Like, I have to Google the meaning of words. Yeah. Here's something interesting. I may have mentioned part of it, but I'll fill you in on something, right? There were a lot of students questioning the feedback for the first assignment, right? And there was one particular person who was just clearly second guessing herself to the point of just pure anxiety, right? And I can't deal with seeing that in anyone, yeah, because I do all of this because ultimately I don't want to be the person who reacts badly, perceives everything the wrong way, takes everything to heart. I am a highly sensitive person. This is a fact. This means that things affect me and touch me so much deeper than the average person. I'm not saying this for any other reason except to say my literal diagnoses prove that. Go and read the DSM-5, yeah? Borderline personality disorder or bipolar 1, ADHD or dissociative disorder, and severe anxiety and complex PTSD and depression. And really, now that I'm naming them off, the only one left is suicide ideation, I think. Every single one of those diagnoses is a fuckload to deal with itself. One of it just by itself. And it is what it is. Yeah. Like, I'm not finishing uni and then finishing learning on any regard. I am going to finish uni and try to get back to a place where I feel more like me. Like, I literally slept until after 1, and it's like, you know, I had to take 2 Ritalin in my morning meds, and I had to take, I took a third one at like 3:40, because it's not only the staying awake that it was like the Dex was originally prescribed for, which, by the way, I couldn't handle. Like, I didn't like anything to do with the dexamphetamines. The side effects alone were just are not worth it. But I take Ritalin, which is a much better version of stimulant as far as I'm concerned, but I'm prescribed 5 a day, and I've had 3. So, and the reason I say it's not just to be alert, it's also like awake. I mean, it's also to keep me focused. Yeah, like, I literally have so many things started inside it. The complete utter under my kitchen sink is, I've pulled every single thing out pretty much, except for I've got like rolled up sheets on the top of my windows for the gaps, yeah, and one had fallen out and I chucked it under the sink, and it very clearly needs to go in the rubbish, and there's 2 in there that need to go in the rubbish. But I need gloves, and there's mouse poo everywhere. So I'm definitely at the point where I have to figure out how to deal with the mice. The silverfish I've now seen in the same cupboard, actually not in the one under the kitchen bench, but the one next to it where they used to get into all of Boss's dog food, so I've had to move his into my pantry. But I saw silverfish in there yesterday, I think, and I'm very much seeing cockroaches, eh? The spray thing's helping. Most of those are dead, but there are definite things I need to take care of. Anyway, the reason I started this video is because I came to check the mail. Now, I didn't think there'd be mail. It's a public holiday here in Australia, right? And I haven't seen her for a couple of days, right? And I'm like checking the whole thing, obviously. Like, I can only imagine any of the neighbours looking out the window at me and watching what I'm doing must just be like, what is she on? Or how much weed has she smoked? Because, let's face it, it's obviously not a secret I smoke weed, yes? I think most people know that pretty soon after meeting me, yeah? Right. I seriously am so shocking. Oh, I think I may have said this in yesterday's video. I haven't watched it, I don't think. So I have a group chat with, what the fuck is her name? Corey and Cassidy, yeah? And, well, if I'm completely honest, that's where the frickin' jealousy's coming in a sense, which is so dumb. Because I'm so not with it anyway, and I know that's the lesson, but then there's still very much my ego going, I feel left out. Like, why am I not being asked for anything? Like, I don't know. And then there's that part of me that's just, oh my god, the selfish bullshit part of me that I just don't know how to fucking get above it. I'm working on it. I feel like that's, whoopsie, that's all I can do. I don't know. Sometimes, and again, my mind, my shit, my borderline. I do have my therapist in my head constantly every day. Opposite action, opposite action, opposite action. I'm like, because again, last night it hit me for the fucking, I think, like I know it and I've known it, and there are many things I've talked about in these videos that I know and I understand and I fully get, but all the logic thinking in the world doesn't make, like it helps, it's opened your mind up, which is where I think all the people who like to just immediately shut me down, my sister and her partner come to mind immediately, my brother and my mother too, it's a family thing, but I just keep reminding myself, this is exactly how it's meant to be. This is the lesson. This is what I gotta learn. Like, my niece and nephew are worth the weight in gold. Yeah, like, I want to be a part of their life, right? And if I have to jump through hoops, which apparently I do, according to my sister's partner, which, if I'm honest, has been eating me up, eh? The conversation I had with my sister, and I'm not going into detail with it, but it's just, and it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I've been talking for 37 minutes and hadn't planned on bringing it up, but it's like, it's definitely very much on my mind, because as far as I knew, we were good, everything was great, we're excited about going out, like, I was, like, I am a different person. I am one, yeah? And I honestly thought we were good. The kids and I talked about sleepovers non-stop. My sister was fine. And her partner is very much not. And it's like, I need to prove myself. And I asked, does that mean you actually don't think the children are safe in my care? Because that's the only thing I don't understand, right? Because if the children are safe in my care, everybody is being hurt. The kids especially. Like, prove myself how? And all I know is that every time I think about it, it makes me want to cry. And it's my highly sensitive self, and then I just have to keep reminding myself over and over again, it's happening for a reason. I have to rise above this, you know? Many people are quick to just say, just cut contact. Like, I realized it yesterday that if it's as difficult for my sister to talk to me as I find it to talk to her, then, you know, that makes sense, I guess, because I am blamed for everything. I am mentally ill and doing everything in my absolute power, but you don't need to be mentally ill to work on yourself. And I'm not the only one in my family that has growing to do, and it's just like, every time I think about the phone call and how it went, and this, the way my sister speaks, and just, I honestly believe and feel like it's as if she's made some sort of pact with her partner or something to just completely and utterly dismiss everything. I am her big sister who believes in something so big and powerful that has changed my life, in which I hope to change many people's lives, and she just shuts down, she closes her ears. But then she has the audacity to say to me, so you want me to start being completely honest? I love my sister, and I just keep reminding myself, it's fine, it's good. Everybody told me to save my money, so I'm just gonna pay all the bills that have come in. Well, coverages and all of those things, and fuck it. I will do what I have to do. I truly don't understand if he genuinely doesn't think they're safe with me. I don't know, and I really want to ask, but a positive, I did ask, and a positive that she said that's not the answer, that it's not the case. So, I don't know. I either imagine that and it makes no sense whatsoever, or I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. I still actually need to book a hotel because I definitely do need to do that. I've worked out some of my dilemma with the driving, which is that I am going to ask my sister, to let my sister know that I literally just cannot manage driving all the way to hers and then all the way home. So she'll need to get picked up or catch a train, which is completely fair in my mind. I'm also not going to take Boss with me where I need to go, so I don't have to come home to drop him off and sort everything out. I'm just going to go straight to the city to the hotel, and just have everything with me ready. Just shower that morning. Yeah, so the redback is bang smack in it's right there. Yeah, the webs are more intricate than before. And so I've taped another sign. This one's just a handwritten, please put mail below, no junk mail thanks. And this time I wrote it on the front as well as the top, so maybe it'll be a bit more sheltered. But yeah, what is it? It's 43 minutes and 43 seconds, so there you go. I have, like I've said, everything from that sink is pulled out. It just needs me to put gloves on, take those things out, chuck it in the bed, and then like sweep it. Because I realised I was changing a few things around to make things look better and fit better in my kitchen. So just slowly sorting through stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna put the stuff in the dresser as it is in the meantime, just to try and get stuff sorted. And I need to sort out my notes and everything for the end of year assessment. I'm in the middle of doing that as well. So that's me, that's where I'm at. And yeah, hope you're all doing okay, and thanks for following along. If you like my videos, hit like and subscribe. There's a little icon at the bottom of my videos all the way through, and you can subscribe through that. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.